Someone kill my parents. Pardon me? Someone.
What would drive two privileged young men from a picture-perfect wealthy family to commit one of the most shocking crimes in American history? The Menendez brothers seemed to have it all: money, power, and opportunity. But behind the mask was a dark tale of family secrets, abuse, and betrayal that would end in the brutal murder of their parents. How did it all go so wrong? Jose Menendez's story began in Cuba, where he was born into a middle-class family. After the Cuban Revolution, he fled to the United States in search of a better life, determined to make something of himself. He attended Queens College on a swimming scholarship, while working as a dishwasher to earn his degree in accounting. Through hard work and ambition, Jose climbed the corporate ladder, eventually becoming the executive vice president at Hertz Rental Company, where he secured a major endorsement deal with O.J. Simpson. His career continued to soar as he took on leadership roles at RCA and later Artisan Entertainment, making him a self-made millionaire. In the midst of his rise to success, Jose married Mary Louise "Kitty" Anderson, a former beauty queen. Together they had two sons, Lyle and Erik, who were raised in a life of luxury. The Menendez family appeared to have it all: wealth, status, and a sprawling mansion in Beverly Hills. To outsiders, they were living the American dream. But behind the scenes, the family hid dark secrets of abuse and control that would later unravel in a devastating way. Lyle, the older of the two brothers, confided in his cousin Diane about the abuse he and Erik suffered at the hands of their father. According to the brothers, their mother, Kitty, not only ignored the abuse but later became complicit in it. These accusations painted a very different picture of the Menendez household, one of fear, manipulation, and control. As Lyle grew older, cracks began to show publicly. He was accepted into Princeton, but after being caught plagiarizing, he was suspended. Jose, determined to maintain his family's reputation, tried to convince the university to let Lyle stay, but his efforts failed. Meanwhile, despite their family's wealth, Lyle and Erik were caught stealing, with Jose once again stepping in to shield them from the consequences. Around this time, rumors circulated that Jose and Kitty were considering cutting their sons out of their will, adding to the already tense atmosphere at home. Lyle and Erik, feeling trapped under their father's oppressive control, began to fear for their lives. This pressure and fear would ultimately push them toward an unimaginable act. On the night of August 20th, 1989, the tension between the Menendez brothers and their parents reached a violent climax. Armed with shotguns, Lyle and Erik confronted their parents in the family's Beverly Hills mansion. The confrontation quickly turned into a massacre, with Jose and Kitty Menendez being shot multiple times. The scene was described by investigators as one of the most brutal they had ever encountered, with Kitty attempting to crawl away before the brothers returned to finish the job. After the murders, Lyle and Erik set out to cover their tracks. They disposed of the guns and bloody clothes, then bought movie tickets to establish an alibi. Lyle eventually made a 911 call, pretending to discover the horrific scene after returning home.
Beverly Hills emergency? Yes, please.
What's the problem?
Someone kill my parents.
Pardon me?
Someone kill my...
At first, the police didn't consider the brothers serious suspects, believing the murders to be part of a mob hit due to their brutality. In the weeks following the killings, however, the brothers began to raise suspicions. They embarked on an extravagant spending spree, buying luxury items like Rolex watches, a Porsche, and even a tennis coach for Erik. The sudden lavish lifestyle, combined with the substantial inheritance they stood to gain, started to shift the investigation's focus toward them. As the investigation progressed, police began to question the Menendez brothers' sudden lavish lifestyle following their parents' deaths. The case took a major turn when Erik confessed to the murders during a therapy session with Dr. Jerome Oziel. Unbeknownst to the brothers, Oziel's mistress, Judalyn Smith, overheard the confession and tipped off the police, setting the wheels of justice in motion. In March 1990, Lyle was arrested in Beverly Hills, while Erik, who was playing tennis in Israel at the time, quickly surrendered upon his return. With both brothers in custody, the investigation became a battle of theories. Prosecutors argued that greed and a desire for their inheritance motivated the murders, pointing to their lavish post-crime behavior. However, the defense countered with a different narrative, one of years of physical and sexual abuse by their father. pushing the brothers to believe they had no other choice but to kill him. The case would soon head to court, where these conflicting motives would take center stage. In the first trial, the defense centered around the brothers' claims of abuse, painting a picture of years of torment that led them to fear for their lives.
Do you believe was the originating cause of you and your brother shooting your parents?
Me telling.
You telling Lyle what?
My dad. If you don't ask, my dad had been molesting me.
The prosecution, on the other hand, argued that the murders were motivated by greed, pointing to the brothers' lavish spending after their parents' deaths. Testimony from family members was mixed. Some supported Lyle and Erik's claims of abuse, while others cast doubt on their story. Ultimately, the juries were unable to reach a unanimous verdict, resulting in a mistrial.
Erik Menendez jury deadlocked. A mistrial has been declared in his case.
In Los Angeles today, a mistrial for Lyle Menendez.
The case quickly became a media sensation, often compared to the high-profile O.J. Simpson trial. The public was split. Some believed the brothers were victims of severe abuse, while others viewed them as spoiled, entitled killers who murdered for financial gain. The intense media coverage only heightened the drama, making the Menendez brothers a household name. In the second trial, held in 1996, the brothers were tried together. This time, the jury found them both guilty of first-degree murder. Lyle and Erik were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, putting an end to the legal battle but leaving the public divided on whether justice had truly been served. After their conviction, Lyle and Erik were separated and sent to different prisons, not seeing each other for 22 years. In 2018, the brothers were reunited when Lyle was transferred to the same housing unit as Erik. Over the years, the brothers have filed several appeals, hoping for a retrial. In 2023, new evidence came to light in the form of a letter Erik wrote to a family member before the murders, detailing the abuse he claimed to have suffered. Additionally, Puerto Rican singer Roy Russo publicly alleged that Jose Menendez had also abused him as a child, adding weight to the brothers' claims. The Menendez case has seen a resurgence in public interest, especially on platforms like TikTok, where users debate their guilt and whether the brothers deserve a second chance. As more people learn about their story, opinions remain divided, with some seeing Lyle and Erik as victims of abuse and others as cold-blooded killers. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, but it's a case with no easy answers. As we look back on the murders, the trials, and the brothers' decades behind bars, we're left to question the outcome. Do you believe the punishment matched the crime? Should the Menendez brothers be released after all these years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're ready for another gripping story, check out our next video on Jeffrey Dahmer, a chilling case that shocked the world. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into true crime cases like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.